General Sumter has gone on the offensive and pushed back against the British incursion into South Carolina. His two-pronged attack at Rocky Mount and Hanging Rock has mixed results. An afternoon thunderstorm thwarted Sumter's efforts to obtain a surrender of the British garrison at Rocky Mount. However, Major William Davie was able to attack a redcoat camp at Hanging Rock and come away victorious with needed horses and supplies. The morning is hot and humid as the militia leaders shuffle into a ring around General Sumter's wagon.
No, we don't plan to sit around and wait on the enemy to come to us. We must take advantage of the men at our disposal in camp now.
Sir, your family is here in camp.
Gentlemen, that'll be all for now. We'll meet here again soon.
Sumter's wife, Mary, and their son, Tom, drive up in a wagon.
So good to see you.
How are you?
I'm fine. We're holding our own. The deaths of Colonel Neal and the other 6 soldiers are hard for everyone. They were all good men and well thought of. But enough about me. Are you okay? Tom?
We're doing fine, Dad.
We're fine. Tom Jr. is so very protective. We're staying with friends. We're not the only ones who have been burned out.
Oh, Mary. I promise to get our homes back. This is a terrible situation we're living through. Now, we have a chance here to make a stand and push back. I'm hopeful that we can return to our homes soon.
Tom, I know you will. You are a fighter. I've always known that. But you need to know that I'm safe. Knowing that, you can go do what you need to do.
Tom, go see if you can rustle us up some food. Mary, you're the real warrior. You give me strength. Let's enjoy our time for the moment. The loss of Colonel Neal and our brave soldiers is felt by all of us. No doubt there will be more loss and pain. None of us are guaranteed tomorrow. It's important to remember what we're fighting for. We're fighting for our rights to determine our own destinies. Many of us have been burned out of our homes. Our families live wherever the night catches them. Food is scarce. At the moment, it's only us. No one's coming to help anytime soon. Davie's men won at Hanging Rock last week. Now we're going back to hit them again. I've asked Major Davie to give us a layout of our battle plan. I think it'll play to our strengths.
Tory Colonel Samuel Bryan and his militia will run out of Rowan County, North Carolina by Colonel Cleveland's Patriots. Bryan linked up with the British at Camden and has bivouacked at Hanging Rock in support of that outpost. Their camp is situated in the most northerly of the 3 camps in the Hanging Rock vicinity. After Bryan's camp, you have the Prince of Wales Regiment and then a camp full of Legion troops. We have the men, so I propose that we split our forces. We'll hit the British camps simultaneously so that neither camp can support the other. It will take some maneuvering through the night, but if we do it right, we can catch them in the open and roll them up. Bryan's troops will still be rattled. I expect they'll fold and run, at which point our men can run into the flanks of the second camp at the most pivotal time.
Is this actually at the Hanging Rock? Isn't that down in a gully by a creek?
You're right. The British camps are up by the road in some pastures with some water. But the gully will be a good place for our guards to hold our horses while the fight takes place up on the level ground.
Make no mistake, men. These are trained troops we're going up against, and they have a cannon. Hopefully, we can overrun them before they open up a cannonade. Now, don't mistake the easy victory by Davie last week as a sign that this will be a walkover.
The camp takes on a solemn air as the men prepare for the coming battle. The sun begins to dip towards the western horizon, and the night noises of tree frogs, cicadas, and wolves start their serenade. Young Tom Jr. is milling about the wagon where his mom is sleeping. He is checking the wheel for cracks in the wooden spokes. He suddenly draws back quickly from the wagon.
My lord. We just about got brought down by a copperhead.
Hush.
At midnight, Sumter and his band of warriors file past his wife and son. Mary and Tom watch them trail off south. As a small campfire burns by their wagon, the shadow soldiers disappear in the night.
This war, when will it end?
Tell me, Colonel Wynn, how are we provisioned?
We've a good many men and horses, all with good officers. Guns are aplenty, but we are limited to about 5 bullets per man.
That being said, we will need to rely on stealth. Surprise will do a great deal to even out the odds. We will appear larger than we are, especially if we hit them all at once. If they run, they won't be shooting back.
The long line of fighting men ride on in a double column through the great pine forest of the south. This land is hilly. Pickets on horseback act as point men to spot trouble as they move forward. The darkness makes the travel slow and cautious.
General, we're approaching the muster fields a few miles north of our destination. We need to pull up and make the final plans.
Very well. Men, pass the word to remain vigilant and quiet. No campfires and no talking. Now, there may be spies about. We'll have a war council once we arrive at the muster grounds.
As they arrive on the muster grounds, the horses are given to some young men nearby. The colonels gather around Sumter and Davy in a small, close-knit circle.
Sir, I have identified 3 men to guide the 3 wings of our force to the various staging areas. Each will be given time enough to arrive at their various points.
Good. The battle will start when Davy and I begin shooting. That's when you begin your attack on the other camps.
Sir, the encampment is through this thicket, over the creek and up that hill. I suggest we leave the horses here and move up on foot.
I think we ought to get across the creek before dismounting.
That's a bad idea. There's too much ground to cover after we head through the bush. The noise will give us away and we'll be easy targets.
Major Davy, this isn't a suggestion at this point. Move the men across the creek and go at them hard from there.
Yes, sir.
Sumter and Davy wait for the first light of dawn to break through the darkness. The tree branches in the hill in front of Sumter take shape. His blood begins to rise as he readies himself for battle.
Let 'em have it, boys! Charge!
Meanwhile, the other wings of the Patriots have converged on their targets at different points. Upon hearing the battle commence, they charge into the British camps. But there is a huge miscalculation that only becomes apparent in the early morning light. Gazing across the field, they see all 3 columns have broken into the clearing and are charging headlong into the first camp of the North Carolina militia.
Oh no! We're all at the same camp. How could we get lost in such a moment like this? Quickly, boys! Charge!
We'll just need to run them into the remaining camps. Get at them, men!
The British attempt to rally, but their officers are cut down almost immediately. Pandemonium reigns as the Patriots swarm into the camp. Davy, riding ahead of his dragoons, turns in his saddle to look back at the first camp.
My poor men. I've lost some good men because Sumter wanted to make a splash.
Davy realizes that the militia elements are stopping the fight because they're pilfering the food. Beyond the tents, he sees British soldiers running towards the third camp.
Men, we still have fighting to do. Get to it. There's another camp beyond here.
Firing continues from all parts of the battlefield as the waves of fighters run back and forth. Here and there, pockets of the Prince of Wales Regiment rally and fire into the onrush of Patriots. The Catawba Indians work in unison as they take the British from the flanks. Just east of the battlefield, a gully is hidden by a canopy of trees. Here, the horses of the Patriots are being held by old men and young teenagers. One of the teenagers, a thin but rugged boy of 13 years of age, is listening to the sounds of battle above. Suddenly, a man crashes through the thickets.
I'm hit! Oh Lord, I'm hit!
Is there anything I can do?
I think it must be bad and deep. I feel it pouring down the back of my leg. I need some water and rest. I'm so thirsty.
Sir, I don't see any blood, but your powder horn is leaking.
What? Well, what do you know about that? That must have been powder that I felt on my leg and not blood. What a relief. Kind of funny though, don't you think? What's your name and the name of your friend moving up the creek?
I'm Alexander Walker, and that was Andy Jackson.
A group of British dragoons arrive just down the road from the fighting. Davy makes General Sumter aware and points in the direction.
Sir, make ready for more company. We'll run them off, but you need to decide soon. Charge!
The British dragoons want no part of Davy and his men. They flee south on the roadway. Meanwhile, the third camp of British have been able to form a hollow square like the Romans of old. In this defensive position in the open field, they're able to create a fortification of sorts out of supplies from their camp. The two cannons sit just to the west of the square.
3 huzzahs for the king! Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
3 huzzahs for General Washington!
Huzzah! Huzzah! Huzzah!
The sun is high in the midday sky. Sumter, Wynne, and Bratton look on the scene, just out of cannon range.
We're low on ammunition, and we've been fighting close to 4 hours now. We've scattered the North Carolina Loyalists under Bryan, and the Prince of Wales Regiment is no more. Now, if we try to pursue the victory further, disaster may follow.
We'll be hard-pressed to continue the fight if reinforcements arrive from Camden.
Though I would love to find a way to capture those cannon, I'm afraid we must pull off and head home.
The Patriots remount their horses and head north, back from where they came. A column of British prisoners march along with them. Wynne and Sumter pull off the road and allow the men to pass by.
I'd not be surprised if the British pull in their outposts after this. Oh, we gave them a proud fight today.
It was a good day.
I'll need you to get the casualty report to me soon.
Will do. I think Justin Gaston lost some of his sons, but the lobsterbacks suffered the most.
In reality, I bet this might be one of the best fights this part of the country.
Perhaps, but I won't place my men under your command again.
Back in camp, the officers gather around Sumter's wagon. The smiles and laughter are in direct contrast to the solemn attitudes in camp before they set out for the battle.
Men, thanks to the excellent preparation of Major Davy and the superb execution of the plan, we have shattered the hopes of the British and taken South Carolina so easily. Congratulations. General Gates is coming at the head of a large continental army. Rest up. We're not done.
Meanwhile, at Camden, at the confiscated Joseph Kershaw house.
Sumter is gaining men by the day, and we're losing this part of the country.
Yes, and I've been receiving word that General Gates is heading this way. I must inform General Lord Cornwallis and make plans to receive this hero of Saratoga. Maybe we can do something about Sumter as well.